Hello fellow YouTubers, this is Tombstone284 here, doing another Star Trek, the official Star Trek Ships Collection review from Eaglemoss, issue number 40. The U.S.S. Enterprise, NCC 1701B, which is an Excelsior class refit. Let's go ahead and get it out of the box. And I'll also do a comparison with it to the Excelsior, which is the Excelsior class refit, or retrofit, sorry. Now it's worth mentioning that when I got my original one of the warp nacelles in the saucer section were broken off, so it had to be replaced. Sometimes with Eaglemoss you get stuff like that, but they are very good about getting you a replacement that is not broken, if by chance it is. Now let's go ahead and compare. You'll see the differences. If you look, here is my Excelsior. If you look right along here, you can see where on the Excelsior in my left hand, it's different. It's got like a little orange gold type paint for rib marks, and then on the Enterprise B it's a black color, but it's a different shape. And then you can see that the warp nacelles are different, a little different. Like the ones on the Excelsior are full blue, where the ones on the Enterprise B aren't. There's 4 warp nacelles, not warp nacelles, but impulse engines on the Enterprise B versus 2 on the Excelsior. And also, if you look at the engineering halls, you see there's a little lot of, let me do it this way. You can see the notable differences between the two at the deflector dish area on the secondary hull. Now, also, you can see the sensor array is different, as well as the very bottom. And then you have the blue circle here around the saucer section, where you do not on the Enterprise or the Excelsior retrofit. Now, that being said, let's get to the actual review of the Enterprise B. Now, at the time, the Enterprise B was the most technologically advanced ship in Starfleet. It was captained by John Harriman, and it was originally the ship that James Kirk died on while protecting during a ribbon storm in the movie Generations, but subsequently died on Meridian 3 after Picard put things right. Now, on here, it doesn't explicitly say where the shuttlecraft will come through, like on the Constitution class Enterprise and the Constitution refit, where a shuttle bay would be. But I can tell you that it doesn't really matter. But on here, the Aztecing is really good. There's a lot more Aztecing on this than there is on the Excelsior. They added a lot more detail to the bottom here. And then you can see there's a lot more detail here in Aztecing. And on here, let me see here. Yeah, they added to the Enterprise B, they added the NCC 1701B on the warp nacelles for it, whereas the Excelsior retrofit, the Excelsior NCC 2000, they did not. And another thing they did was the colors for the registration. If you look at the Excelsior versus the Enterprise B, you can see the difference. The overall paint scheme on the Enterprise B is a lot better for an Excelsior class and looks really good, I think, on this one. Let's go ahead and put it on the stand. And if I'm not mistaken, it will go on the same way as the Excelsior would for its stand. I'm going to get the base out. Sometimes the bases are kind of hard to get out with the plastic on them. And it says on the base, U.S.S. Enterprise. Dang, they actually have the plastic real good with this one. Okay, it says U.S.S. Enterprise, NCC 1701B. And I'm going to assume that with the base, to get it snug, you have to kind of push it in, and it won't go on like this because that'll make it fall. It goes on just like this, like it does with the Excelsior, and stands just like the Excelsior does. And well, if you like it, or if you're a fan of the ship name Enterprise, then it's definitely one to have. And personally, with my collection, I have all the ships named Enterprise for Star Trek, except for the J.J. Abrams. And I believe one other are the only ones that I do not have. I'm not too interested in the Enterprise J, but aside from that, I'd say this is a very good ship in which to get. And this is Tombstone 284, beaming out.